So, you're probably leading your business, juggling a million things, right?
Absolutely. Making things happen day in, day out.
And maybe, just maybe, that thought pops up. Should I write a book?
Uh-huh. Followed quickly by, nah, I'm too late for that, or maybe who'd even read it?
Exactly. Well, think of this as your official nudge, your permission slip, if you will.
Yeah,
We're diving deep today into why now, with all that hard-earned experience under your belt, might actually be the perfect time.
it really could be. And this isn't just us guessing.
No, definitely not. We're drawing from some great insights here, specifically from Carma Spence's Right to Lead newsletter.
Right, that May 5th, 2025 issue, older, wiser, and ready to write.
That's the one. And our mission today is really to unpack how your journey as an entrepreneur gives you this unique edge for writing a book that genuinely connects.
It's a huge advantage, actually.
It really is.
You know, it's interesting when you contrast that sort of fail-fast startup mentality.
Yeah, the constant experimentation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Contrast that with creating a book. A really strategic book benefits hugely from, well, intention.
And precision. Insight gained over years.
Precisely. You've spent years building something real, making careful moves, learning what works, what doesn't.
Right. You can't just fast track that kind of understanding.
No way. It's invaluable for writing. In this crowded marketplace of ideas, your actual proven expertise.
It's not just nice to have.
No, it's rare. It's a massive differentiator against all the fluff out there.
It makes me think of Arianna Huffington. She published Thrive, which really hit a global nerve.
Mm-hmm. Huge impact.
And she was in her 60s then. It wasn't just some side project.
No, it felt like a manifesto built on decades of navigating really intense professional life.
Yeah, redefining success based on her own journey, that gave the book such weight, such authority.
Absolutely. So if you've been thinking, oh, writing a book now means I'm playing catch-up.
We need to flip that script.
Exactly. It's about cashing in on the credibility you've already earned.
Through years of leading teams, weathering storms.
Serving clients, solving actual problems people have.
So your book becomes the place to sort of codify all that unique wisdom.
Capture it and share it. And connecting this to the bigger picture, think about the strategic leverage.
At this stage in your career.
Yeah. A book from someone seasoned brings things algorithms just can't touch, like emotional intelligence to really connect.
Strategic clarity, too, right? From all those decisions made over the years.
And that quiet confidence, it just lands differently than hype.
It's interesting. Isn't that Harvard Business Review stat about the average age of successful entrepreneurs?
Oh yeah, 45 and actually rising. That says so much about the value of experience piling up.
Exactly. So your experience works like this amazing filter.
Because you've seen what gets results.
And maybe more importantly, what leads straight to a dead end.
Right. So that lived reality means less guesswork when you write, clearer messages.
More focused, and a book that probably connects on a much deeper level with the reader.
Because your stories aren't just theories you read somewhere.
No, they're tested, refined in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
That makes them inherently more trustworthy.
And you just know your ideal reader's challenges. You speak their language intuitively.
You've got the proof points, the examples, ready to go.
So writing now isn't like throwing spaghetti at the wall.
No, it's strategic positioning based on what you know works.
Which brings up a really crucial point, shifting how we see the book itself.
Right, not just a vanity project or a trophy on the shelf.
Exactly. It needs to be seen as a fundamental business asset, a dynamic tool, and a powerful way to instantly position yourself as a leader in your space.
And a scalable way to attract the right clients, deliver your value.
Precisely. The goal isn't just, hey, I wrote a book.
No, it's about seriously expanding your impact, your influence.
And we see people doing this effectively.
Like Bazoma St. John with The Urgent Life.
Yes, such a great example. Deeply personal, yes, but strategically.
It totally broadened her platform beyond just marketing, right? Positioned her more broadly as a leader on resilience, navigating life.
Exactly. The book became a launchpad. When your book comes from that authentic lived place.
It doesn't just inform, it connects.
And it opens doors. Media spots, partnerships, speaking gigs.
Those premium client relationships everyone's after.
That kind of insight just lands harder and lasts longer.
Okay, but even with all that, some doubts probably still creep in for experienced entrepreneurs.
Oh, for sure. Like that myth about being too old to start. It's persistent.
But as Carma Spence points out, this isn't professional sports. There's no strict retirement age for entrepreneurship or publishing.
Right. And the whole game has changed with self-publishing, hybrid options.
It's so much more accessible now. Plus, doesn't creativity often get, like, deeper and more focused with age?
I think so. You know what you want to say.
Then there's that other nagging feeling. Will anyone actually care what I have to say?
Yes. But the reality is, in this noisy world,
Information overload central.
people are actively looking for seasoned voices they can trust. Your years, that's a huge plus.
Builds credibility, authenticity, things people crave.
Definitely. Another big one, I just don't have the time.
Which is fair. Life is busy.
It's a real concern, but it's often about how you approach it, not if you have time.
Smarter strategies, you mean?
Exactly. Leveraging tools like dictation, voice to text, maybe working with a ghostwriter.
Or a writing coach to keep you focused.
Right. Finding efficient ways to get those great ideas down without sacrificing the quality.
So the bottom line is, if you're willing, if you're still building,
Builders always have valuable stories.
then you're absolutely still in the game.
So, okay, you have all this amazing experience. How do you shape that into a book people actually want to read?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be this massive, complex memoir, does it?
Not at all. It just needs to move people, connect with them.
And Carma Spence lays out a pretty straightforward structure for this, aimed at experienced folks.
Yeah, it's effective. Start with the problem.
Really paint that before picture. Make the reader feel the challenge, see themselves.
Exactly. Then share your journey. The struggles, the pivots, the wrong turns you took.
Show them the messy path they might be on without your insight.
Right. Then comes the solution, the breakthrough, the method you found that changed everything.
The aha moment.
And finally, crucial step, the application.
Give them clear, actionable steps. How they can use your lessons to bypass all that struggle.
Exactly. Make it practical.
What's really powerful there is realizing that your ordinary experiences
Things that feel everyday to you because you've lived them.
can be huge aha moments for someone else.
Never underestimate your lived reality. You're not writing for ego.
No, you're writing to create momentum.
Yeah.
For you and the reader.
And that book becomes this foundational piece, a lead generator,
The core of your talks.
your signature content.
Undeniable proof of your value.
Okay, so let's say you're convinced. You're ready. Where on earth do you actually start?
Feels overwhelming, right? Step 1, practically speaking. Define the transformation you provide.
Like that client transformation roadmap idea, the journey from pain to result.
Yeah, map out the before, the after, and those key milestones in between.
Okay, got it. Then step 2.
Choose the right milestone for this book. You don't need to cover everything.
Right, pick one powerful segment, something that aligns with your business goals right now.
Exactly. Need more leads? Focus early in their journey. Want those dream clients? Focus later.
Smart. Okay, step 3 is pick your structure.
Like you mentioned, the hero's journey, story brand.
Or just a simple before-after bridge. Find a framework.
And step 4, maybe the most encouraging one, start lean.
Don't feel you need a perfect manuscript on day one.
No, outline first. Dictate ideas. Use voice notes. Just build some momentum.
Consistent, focused effort in small chunks. That's how books get written.
Not in some grand, mythical writing retreat, usually.
Usually not.
Yeah. And time frame. Realistically, how long does a draft take?
If you're focused, 90 to 180 days is pretty realistic for a solid first draft.
Okay. And what if writing just isn't your thing? Like, you have the ideas, but not the writing chops.
Totally fine. Your ideas are the core value. That's where editors, ghostwriters, coaches come in. They help shape it.
Right. Lean on experts. And for publishing, you mentioned self-publishing. Why that route for entrepreneurs?
Speed, mostly, and control. Plus, you keep a much bigger slice of the profit. It just aligns well.
Makes sense. And content-wise?
Transformation. Stories and lessons that drive real change for the reader. Less nostalgia, more actionable insight.
Got it. So, wrapping this all up, the main message is...
Experienced entrepreneurs, you are uniquely, powerfully positioned for book success.
And this book isn't about retiring or looking back.
No. It's about leveraging everything you know right now to amplify your business, your authority.
It's about releasing the expertise you already have, not finding something new.
Exactly. Unlock it. Share it.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. Consider this. More and more seasoned leaders are using books strategically.
For influence, for opportunity. Nonfiction is alive and well, and authentic voices cut through.
Voices like yours. That next big thing for your business, that dream client, that speaking gig, that partnership.
It could honestly be waiting in the pages you haven't written yet.
So taking that cue from Carma Spence in Write to Lead.
Write it. Share it. Let it work for you.
And hey, if this sparked something, checking out that Write to Lead newsletter might give you even more great ideas for crafting a book that really moves the needle.